I think when you're starting out, a lot of times you sell out of your own wallet to Cody's point. So it's like you have no dollars in your wallet, so you assume everyone else has no dollars in their
Yeah.
wallets either.
Yeah.
And you're so afraid of getting rejection that you continue to lower the price until you hear people say yes. But just as like a benchmark for people who are starting out is that like usually you're appropriately priced when 7 out of 10 people are saying no. That's like about the appropriate price. So if you have like, if I see a business and they're doing 80% close rates, as in like 80% of the people they talk to say yes, they usually have a double or triple in pricing just sitting there. If they're at like 60% close rates, they usually have a 1.5 to 2x price increase that's sitting there. If they're at 40 to 50, they've got a 50% price raise in there. And if they're right at that 30-ish, 35%, then they're usually appropriately priced. And if they're at 20, they just need to learn how to sell better. But but fundamentally I say this because usually, in the beginning of entrepreneurship, you're so afraid of hearing no. But the reality of it is that you need to be hearing no more than you hear yes to know that you're being appropriately priced. Because I way back in the day, I had a gym, and I can't remember how many members it was, but I said, that's it. And I decided to triple my prices, which is a pretty big move when you have a recurring membership base. And so I gave everyone a trial of the new level of service I wanted to give. I wanted to go from large group to semi-private. And I tripled the price alongside that. And I lost 1/3 of my customers, but I had 2/3 of the people at 3 times the price. And so I made 2 times the revenue, and I cut my costs by 2/3. And so I made a lot more money.
And it was probably better for your clients as well.
Yeah,
like
it was
a more
better.
exclusive experience.
100%. And it was like right as I was beginning to learn how like pricing worked with profit in a business. And so, and by doing that tripling in price, it didn't like triple my profit. It did way more than that. And so like when you have a 10% or 15% margin business, like Cody's saying, if you actually can pull off a double in your pricing, it'd be a 6x or 7x increase in profits. So there's a lot more sensitivity to that price number. What's interesting is that it's really just like, a lot of people are like, how do I raise my price? It's like you do the exact same thing you normally do. And then right when you're about to say the number, you just add a 0. and then you just act the same. Dan Kennedy had this great quote. He said, go as high as you can without cracking a smile. And I think that's usually a pretty decent place to start.
Yeah, and if nobody is giving you pushback on pricing, that means you're too cheap immediately. Like, I mean, value metrics, I think, are so listen, the thing is, like, if you're a serious business person, you want to make more money,